Welcome back in. Wedding season is here and all brides want to look their best on the big day. One of the best ways to do that is by taking care of your skin and of course your body. We have the ultimate skin expert here today, Dr. Simran Sethi with Renew MD Medical Spas. Hi, Dr. Sethi.
Hi, Rachel. How are you?
Good. So glad you're here today. We're chatting wedding. Dr. Sethi, this is relevant because I'm getting married in just 5 months.
Oh my God. So you're really paying attention today.
Yeah. I need all the advice. So where do people start?
So, you know, this wedding glow up is actually the most important thing here is timeline and having a plan. So I would say if you are looking to do anything with your skin, and that's always a good investment because no matter how much makeup you put on, and if you talk to any photographer or makeup artist, they will tell you that working on skin that has less texture is healthier, will make everything so much better. So in that whole wedding glow up timeline, tackling things 6 months in advance, especially if you're thinking about addressing any kind of skin concern. So maybe it's acne scars or fine lines, or you just feel your skin looks dull. There are a lot of great treatments like PicoSure laser, microneedling with Botox that can address that. But you do need multiple sessions, usually at least 4. And you do need about 6 months to kind of see results. So I would say more like 4 to 6 months. So starting something like that early is going to be, of course, optimal.
Okay.
And then after that, a lot of the demand we get is also body contour, which I don't know if you've picked your dress.
Kind of-ish, I think. It's a hard decision. I think I picked it, yes.
Yes, and usually, you know, brides come in and they've picked a style at least.
Right.
And sometimes they need a little bit of reduction in volume in certain parts of the body. It could be the back or, you know, lower abs and or arms and so forth. So there are a lot of things we can do in the body's contouring realm that are non-surgical and usually require using lasers or radio frequency to permanently destroy fat and tone the skin in that area as well. This is not like surgery, so it's not going to have radical changes, but enough to just be perfect for you know, what you want for your wedding day. And again, they're permanent, so they're worth the investment. But body contouring, I would say at least, you know, considering it, again, at least 6 to 4 months before your wedding is ideal.
Yeah, so you really have to get started and think about what makes sense for you, what makes sense for what you want to look like on that day.
Yes, and you know, the other part of wedding glow-ups is that there are a lot of other people at your wedding. So we see a lot of, of course, we see grooms, but we see a lot of, you know, mother of the bride, mother of the grooms, or people who are in the wedding party. So you know, there's a wedding season can be very busy in medical spas.
Yes, everyone wants to look their best, of course. So if people are thinking about maybe fillers or Botox, how early on should they do that?
Yeah, that's a great question. Never do any filler or Botox a few weeks before your wedding. It's just that these things need time to settle. You also want to make sure that it looks right on you. So, you know, Botox, I've actually in my career never see anyone get Botox and say they wish they didn't do it. So that's the good news. However, everyone's face is unique. And as a provider, you want to be able to inject someone and see how it looks on them. There's a pattern of injection, and Botox lasts for 3 to 4 months. So ideally, if you are considering that at least 3 months before your big day, that's when you should consider Botox and fillers so we can make sure it looks right on you. And if there are any tweaks that need to be made, we have enough time.
Right, I know I've been told like if something is wrong, at least wait, you know, a month sometimes. So it just depends.
Yes, exactly.
What else should people be prepared for?
And then, you know, if you're like, you know what, my skin's pretty healthy, I'm not considering Botox, volume reduction, or anything like that, facials. If you start on a monthly disciplined regimen of facials and maybe some light chemical peels, again, your skin will look amazing. It'll be glowy and starting to do that maybe a few months before the wedding so that you know, because skin has a life cycle. So you wanted to you want to really optimize it a few months before, not a facial a week before. I mean, it'll help, but not as much as if you started it earlier.
Yes, wonderful. And you actually have a skincare line as well designed by you. So can brides come to you and say, hey, I'm getting married soon.
Absolutely.
What should I use?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, when we do a consult for our weddings, they don't, the bride or groom, they don't always go away with a treatment involving procedures. A lot of times it's literally just skincare, you know, starting a retinol a few months before, a vitamin C serum, and finding a sunblock that really works for you. All these things things actually add up and they do lead to results.
Okay, wonderful. And I wanted to ask you about that because we're kind of in the change of seasons. We're less than a month away from spring. So as the sun comes out more, today is not the case, but as the sun comes out more, how do people need to be using sunscreen?
Yeah, so, you know, the rule is you're always meant to use sunscreen, but something that a lot of people don't realize is that most sunscreens don't have blue light protection, and the majority of UV exposure we get is actually from blue light. So that's why the sky is blue, because we have a lot of blue light. And most sunscreens have UVA and UVB protection, but not blue light protection. And in my sunscreen, we made a deliberate effort to do that, because not only do you have blue light outside, but inside as well.
Yes, wonderful. Great advice there, Dr. Sethi. If people want to come see you, how can they do that?
They can always go to our website, renewmdwellness.com. And if you're just interested in learning about skin, the body, you can go to my podcast, The Skin Report.
Yes. Thank you so much, Dr. Sethi.
You're welcome.
Always great advice. Good to see you.